Now, when it comes to driver awareness, there certainly are some pretty high to the table with some pretty interesting offerings that we're going to find out more about today. We've got our product expert, Ray Wolf, joining us from Genevo, a brand out of Europe that we're going to discover on today's show. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Genevo. And it starts now. And welcome back to the show. We are here with Ray Wolf, a veteran really in the driver awareness category, but this time you're here with a fresh, shiny new brand. Ray, welcome to the show. How you doing, brother?
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is exciting because this is a new participant in this category for North America. I remember you getting the news across, I was listening to See Outlook and so on and so forth, and boom, comes across this new brand. And then I see who's behind it. And I said, of course, it's our friend Ray. Somebody. Now, Ray, for those that don't know you, you've obviously been in this game for some time, haven't you?
I definitely have. It's been a better part of 20 years. Have worked for all the majors. And now here we are launching the Genevo brand here in North America. Pretty excited.
Well, that is exciting news, and we're here. We're going to get the 411 on this brand. So, talk to us a little bit about how you discovered the brand, the mindset behind bringing this brand into North America, and just to share with the folks a little bit of your story.
So we had some common connections, and in within those connections, it just created a conversation. It started as an idea. What could this brand look like here in North America? Me understanding some of the lineage of this product already in Europe, hearing about them throughout the years, definitely piqued my curiosity. When the conversation started, I really realized how connected we really are. The European industry with our industry, a lot of the same, the pain points and things that are happening here are also happening there. And then realizing that they are enthusiasts that are in Bay developing,
Mm.
it was a really unique approach. And I felt that North America has been in a position to where the radar category has the education has kind of lacked a little bit over the last few years, to where with this enthusiast approach, retailer mindset, we're gonna start putting the education back into this category.
Nice. I love the education. That's what we live for here, and that's why we're talking about Geneva. So you touched on a few things I want to expand a little bit on. You mentioned they're in Europe. Where exactly in Europe are they located?
They're in Prague.
In Prague. Okay, so they're in
Yes, sir.
Prague,
Yes,
and
sir.
you said they're enthusiasts first. So what's the story there? Did they were they enthusiasts and they couldn't find a product that,
Yeah.
that was happening?
So
Like, what's the story here?
yeah. So the original founder, he was just an enthusiast, just like to drive fast. End up discovering some of the U.S. products, imported it in, and just absolutely fell in love with it. While sharing with all his friends, right? So
Mm-hmm.
as he started to do more and more of this, he quickly realized that there was kind of a need to have this product over there. So then went ahead and legitimized the business and became the largest European distributor of all
Oh,
brands.
okay.
So in doing so, obviously Europe has a bit of a unique need for police and enforcement and countermeasures and what have you. Most of the development of speed countermeasures for police officers use develops in Europe first.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. So rarely does a lot of that product make it over, but when it does happen, that's what the current competitors develop for. So because they weren't getting some of the needs met, they decided to go into manufacturing themselves, really developing a product that was based on their unique needs and quality, in design, deliverability of the product, and just pure performance of the product. So it was something that we spent early on talking a lot about. Now, how do we take this very established brand in Europe and refine it and define it for the North American market. And I think we've done that at a very high level.
All right, so let's dig into that part now. So, as we look at, if you're going to go check out the website, genevo.com, it's not a super complex offering when it comes to a catalog. So, break it down for us. What is the mindset behind the offering as far as a portfolio product is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, we can develop, 36 different types of on-dash radar detectors and have, all these bolt-on accessories or what have you. But really, simplicity has always been kind of the foundation of most of the consumer base, right? Let's talk about Apple and the use of Apple. Apple
Hmm.
was successful based off of ease of use into their own ecosystem, right? So that approach and mindset is built into this portfolio. We'll have a dash offering, we'll have a front only built-in product offering, or front and rear built-in product offering as well. And then once you design the system or figure out what the needs of that client is for the radar perspective, now you can start complementing it with our laser side of things.
Okay, okay. Let's slow down a little bit. We got to digest this and break it down into small little pieces, right? So we're trying to learn about this Genevo brand. What have we learned so far? We learned that they've been in business for a while. It's built on enthusiasts. They're very experienced in the business of radar detection as a distributor. They saw a need, so they went into manufacturing, creating state of the art product, which is meeting the needs of enthusiasts in Europe. And here we are bringing this product into the U.S. Okay, and Canada, I should say, North America. So let's first talk about the basic on dash system. You do
Yes.
have an offering, and I believe it's called Genevo Max. So, what makes your on dash system unique to what's available in the market?
Well, it is a front-facing radar detector.
Hmm.
One of the unique standout features is our hand gesture control. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, yes, sir. So, have you used a radar
I
detector
have,
on
and I'm
dash?
already starting to envision what you're about to say
Okay.
because everybody knows there's always going to be alerts. I don't care what brand, there's always alerts, and sometimes you want to silence those alerts. And here you are driving, and you got to go silence it. It could be annoying sometimes. So, what are you referring to now?
So that is correctly. I mean, that's right on. Reaching up, trying to find that mute button has always been an Achilles heel of that type of product.
Hmm.
Some people have a smart controller too that can do it, but still, you're fumbling around trying to interact with that button. So ours has a unique option to where you just swipe your hand in front of the sensor,
Oh, it's like a
and it'll.
gesture control.
Yes, yes, sir. It's a
Okay.
gesture control. So one swipe across will lower the volume, and if you bring it directly back in front of the radar detector, it will mute the radar or the alert altogether.
How about that? Well,
It,
that does that
Ten and
not
two,
exist?
baby. Let's
Does that not
keep it at
exist
10
for
and two.
other products right now? Is that unique? I think that's a unique feature.
It is a unique feature to our brand.
Very interesting. So not only do I like how slick that is, it's also safe. Let's be honest. Let's say you might be having some spirited driving and you're going a little bit faster than you might want to admit. Certainly a safer option to be able to blindly do a gesture, mute it, and continue focusing on the road. So I think that's super cool. Anything else you want to talk about as far as the Genevo Max model is concerned?
Really, the size, it's a lot of performance and a
Hmm.
very small platform, really letting you own that real estate, taking that real estate back.
Okay, so let's talk about some standard stuff. When I think about radar detectors, especially the dash kind of mounted ones, I want to talk about um, filtering. I think that's a big topic, right? Everybody wants to know. Okay, everybody says, "Oh, I have the best filtering. This is the least annoying one," so on and so forth. So, how does Genevo handle the filtering?
Well, we don't want to be perceived as a spec sheet, right? We are the enthusiasts, with the development team in Prague, as well as with my input in on the system for North America. We've really designed the system to be very simplistic in use, very easy to use. Filtration, all the different settings and segmentations and everything you can do with other brands could be a bit daunting or confusing for the novice or even the professional at times, right? So what we wanted to do is really take our system and keep it super simple, super easy to use and understand, right? If you allow your end user to really understand what's happening, then they're going to become more of a fan long term. So
I think it's a question of confidence as well. right? Because
confidence. Exactly.
everybody spends the money, like you said, whether they're a first-time radar user or somebody who's had maybe it's their sixth vehicle with it. It's about confidence building because most of us enthusiasts have probably cycled through a couple different brands because they either weren't happy with the previous one, so we want to try another brand. You go on the forums, you get all this
Yes,
feedback and
sir.
try different stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm curious about. So, like from a user experience, what is Genevo Max doing to streamline that and make it more pleasant and accurate?
Yeah, so one of the main features of our filtration is really, do we want to scan the whole frequency or do we just want to narrow it down right
Mm-hmm.
around the tolerances of a police radar gun? Obviously, with a little built-in, yeah,
Tolerance
wiggle
on
room,
either
right,
side.
for lack of
Yeah,
better
yeah, yeah.
terms. But super easy. Do you want noise? Do you want no noise? Right. So our algorithms too, how we're watching the frequency comes in and processing also gives us an additional layer of identification if it's a police radar detector or not.
Okay. Very, very cool. Anything else you might want to add about this Genevo Max? Because I really want to get into the custom stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, keep in mind the max is one of the methods. It's to be able to uh, protect yourself against police enforcement. That's radar, but it also can be paired up with our laser system as
Oh,
well.
so even the dash mount can be paired up with the laser
Yes,
sensor?
sir. Yes, sir. So our
Interesting.
dash, our laser sensors have the ability to be installed as an independent piece with a kinetic touchpad as well. So really, there's no chopping up any of the panels, trying to fit a remote to make it look OEM. Our kinetic touchpad that will control the standalone laser will go right behind a plastic, and you'll put a little sticker teaching the consumer where to push, and they can interact with the system as well. So now they can have a full complement of both mechanical methods.
Right, right. Okay, from a user interface standpoint. So circling back again, you said earlier on, simple portfolio, kind of a la carte, kind of
Yep.
modular. We're going to dive much deeper into that. Hey, when we come back, we're going to take a quick break. We're here with Ray Wolf from Genevo. We just finished talking about the Genevo Max Dash Mount. We're going to dig in a little bit deeper to look at some of this custom install stuff right after the break. Don't go away.
Hey, Paul with SiriusXM here, and with 3 easy steps, you can maximize your business. Number 1, make sure you have the current promotional material up. Understand the offer? Make sure your team knows it. 2, have a unit on display. Set the presets to different genres so you can recommend and play the music that your customer listens to. And number 3, think about this. Most vehicles you're replacing the head unit with already has a SiriusXM tuner in it. So adding it just requires an antenna adapter, a SiriusXM tuner. It's a 30-second install and you're done. So there it is, guys. 3 easy steps to maximize every sale this season with SiriusXM.
All right, right before the break, we got to know Ray and the new brand here in North America, Genevo, in the driver awareness category. We talked about their in-dash or dash mount solution. Let's dive a little bit deeper, shall we, Ray? Because that's not where the fun ends. There's a whole lot going on when it comes to the more advanced custom style radar for the more advanced user for some of these more complicated type protection systems. So what does it look like from a Genevo perspective in this category?
So again, as you allude to, a modular approach is always I found to be one of the better approaches. It really allows our retail partners to have the power or the authority to design a system specifically for that customer's needs. In all these years, me selling into the category, into the consumer space, we can't just assume that all customers want the same thing.
Of course
So
not. And different
really,
budgets too, right? Different budgets too.
different
Because
budgets.
I mean, I've seen custom installs from like $3,000 all the way to
Right, right,
$10,000. So I guess there's a
right,
big
right.
delta there.
Yeah. So that modular approach really allows you to hit both of those aspects right there.
Hmm.
And also again, we want to be able to provide a solution for that customer's needs. Not everybody wants directional awareness. Maybe they just want a front only type of system, for a couple of reasons. A lot of it will be a cost factor. Running rear gear from the vehicle tends to add a lot more labor rate and supply costs and what have you. So having a full array of opportunity to design that system really puts the power back in the retailer's hands.
So break that down for me. What are we talking about as far as hardware that's available? What does that menu look like?
Yep, yep. So again, we have the on dash, which it's kind of
Hmm.
its own category, but then we have a front only, which is going to be the Genevo Pro 2. And then we have a front and rear, so it's going to be called the Genevo Pro Duo.
Okay.
So that Duo provides you with that rear antenna, radar antenna, with everything that comes with the front only version, which is the Pro 2. But that rear antenna does gain you directional awareness. So as an end user, now you understand if the threat's in front of you or if it's in back of you. So now you're a more educated driver.
And you can react accordingly.
Correct. So many people that are dealing with a front only radar detector has an understanding that there's 360 detection, but not directional awareness. So meaning that radar detector, if they're coming up from behind you, that radar frequency will go off in the world and you'll catch it on the recoil. So that's where the 360 direction or detection comes into play. But directional awareness is a whole nother level of safety and education for that end user, so they really know how to respond. So that forward facing one, when it goes off, it puts your head on a swivel.
Right. You're like, where's that coming from? All you hear is the alert, and you're like, where's that coming from?
Right.
Okay, so let me get this right. So now, basically, step one, you got a left and right door, a blue and a red pill. Do you only want front, or do you want full 360 with the front and rear?
Correct.
What's the next step now in decision making?
So now that's step one of the mechanical methods. The second mechanical method will be your LiDAR protection, so laser protection.
Right, LiDAR, right.
Yeah. So we have a product. Also, it's modular in design. So it starts with what's called a Genevo LP3 that gives you 3 laser sensors in one. Now it has the ability to take up to 6, and you'll add up to 6 one at a time in addition, really allowing you to design that system for the needs of the vehicle.
So let me ask you, in a maxed out 6 LiDAR detector system, what are we doing? Are we doing kind of left, center, right, front, and rear? Is that how that works?
So, sometimes the car is going to dictate fitment of the product on the vehicle.
Right.
A McLaren's going to give you a lot different offering than, say, like a Ford F-150, right? There's just 2 different surface faces on the front that you have to accommodate for. So when doing so, we help you outfit it appropriately if you need that assistance. But traditionally, you'll do 3 across the front, and then potentially 2 in the rear. But it can go 3 in the rear, it can go 4 in the front, 2 in the rear, whatever combination works best for the client.
Okay. I mean, basically after that, it's just a question of what level of fab or install or stealthiness you want on the vehicle. I mean, that's going to be a variable depending on the platform that you're installing into, and most importantly, the budget of the customer, right? The hardware is one side of it, but the other side is the labor.
Correct. Absolutely. I mean, obviously we have some very talented individuals in our industry. They can out engineer and design OEM itself, right? Really make an aftermarket product look good within that design. So in doing so, that's obviously going to come with a cost. So the most important factors are really determining what type of product mix is right for them. Now it gives you the authority to go in and price it appropriate based on those needs also.
Let's just talk about pricing real quick. We spent some time on some of the product, high level, like where is this product coming in as far as market? Mid, high, low? Like what was your strategy here from a pricing standpoint?
So I'm a mid-range price point.
Okay.
The goal was really to kind of hit that mid-range. Some of the scenarios that as I'm traveling and I'm visiting with retailers are getting into the mindset of just comparing apples to apples for componentries. So although I'm coming in at that mid-level, my laser sensors really kind of start to separate themselves from the pack. Performance-wise, we are beating all active LiDAR guns in the marketplace, but our sensors are dual sensors in one. So when we're getting compared to some of the competition with a standard RXTX hard fix RXTX, they're just comparing, what is it, gear to gear versus performance to gear ratio. So our laser sensors are RXTX simultaneous in one
at the same
sensor,
time.
in one sensor.
Okay.
So in reality, when you're putting 3 across the front, you're getting a tremendous amount more coverage of the receiving side, all while increasing the power output on the TX side.
Gotcha. Interesting. That makes it very efficient. Absolutely very efficient.
And when you're looking at some of the smaller base vehicles, so say like a Porsche 911, you can still get full coverage with just 2 sensors.
2 sensors in the front.
Yeah,
because they're stacked, basically.
Correct.
Okay. Listen, we're winding down here, but there's a couple things I know that dealers would certainly want me to ask. And you talked about education. So talk to us a little bit about your mindset, your action plan when it comes to supporting dealers that might want to jump onto this Genevo train.
Absolutely. So, first and foremost, come to genevo.com, visit out, fill out the questionnaire, get into my inbox. We're going to have a conversation. But bringing you on board, a few of the important things is, we want to protect the pricing and the integrity of the product. So within the agreement, we have all the vernacular to really do that type of approach. So you're going to get a clean line. Second part of the process is getting set up with our Genevo portal. So for a long time, I've been working really hard to try to have that develop. We have it. So our Genevo portal is going to be really your workspace and everything in regards to our products, from product registration to tech support. We have a wide knowledge base of different types of cars that are being done in Europe that we already have a lot of that information on. We share marketing collateral within the portal. So really, again, it's a whole space for them to use to support this category, to support them with the brand as well.
All right. So last question. Availability of product. Is this stuff good to go? Are we kind of prospecting, taking deposits? So
It's
where
here.
are we?
It's here.
It's
Let's
here.
go.
In the barn, ready to go.
In the barn. Let's go. Locked and loaded.
It sounds to me, Ray, that you and your team are ready to do business.
Absolutely.
All right. So just to summarize, if you're just tuning in, this is Ray Wolf from Genevo, veteran in the field of driver awareness products, now representing a new brand for us here in North America, but obviously a brand that is quite established in Europe. It's called Genevo. They've got in-dash solutions, not in-dash, on-dash solutions, as well as custom solutions, laser, of course, top to bottom, and a very unique modular design approach. It's in stock. They're ready to do business. Reach out. It's at genevo.com. Become that next dealer. Find out if this is the right brand for you. Hey, Ray, thank you so much for joining me today on today's episode.
Absolutely. Thank you.
This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.